What is going on, everyone? This is Nick here at Y for Turbo, and we are in NHL 16 Be a GM mode here with our Edmonton Oilers. And last episode rather, we jumped up to the trade deadline here. So we're 2 days out of the trade deadline. Everybody's got their trade blocks updated and stuff like that. And I asked you guys last episode what we should look for, what we should try to get. And the consensus was basically trading away picks and possibly a prospect that we aren't going to use for Pavel Datsyuk. Yeah, I was waiting for it to load. Pavel Datsyuk. So I brought up the fact that Zetterberg's on the trade block. He's got a really bad contract, though, and I mentioned that in the last episode, and I said, look, if you guys are willing to take on that contract, you know, we can work with it, but it's a pretty bad contract, especially since he'll be dropping. Now, we know Datsyuk will probably retire after this year in-game, maybe in real life, too. But anyway, we could really use that defensive awareness, especially on the second line. Draisaitl already moved up to the first line. Perron can move down to the third line for the remainder of the games. And we can take this contract on for this year. You know what I mean? So if we go ahead and throw something like a draft pick up here. Now, they don't want either of our first rounds, but if we threw up, let's do ours because I feel like we'll have a better one than Philly. I feel like. I'm not really sure. I'm hoping we'll win the cup. So that's already more. They don't want the pick, though. But we could potentially get back a pick from them because they want to give that away, too. Honestly, we could probably get around like a fourth rounder. I guess they only have fifth. Well, we could get a fifth rounder out of it. I mean, that's pretty even. They want to give everything away. I might just try to get a bunch of late round stuff from them. Or you know what? Instead of the fifth rounder, we get a third rounder from next year. Maybe. Maybe. That might work. You know, we could put in a fourth or something, but that'd be kind of cool to move up to 2 third-round picks for basically the first rounder. Now, this I feel like would work, and it would really help with our roster slots. So I think I'm just going to do it. I think the general consensus from the comments on my last video was that you guys wanted Datsyuk to come here. He's got 1 year left. He's 90 overall. I mean, look at his stats again. Decent shooting category. I mean, he's a veteran. He's 39. He's going to lead in the locker room, hopefully, and lead by example, most likely. His discipline's really good, so that's great for the playoffs. He even has a decent physical category. He's just a great defensive forward, and he's going to get some goals, too, and he's going to feed the puck, especially on that second line with Marleau, and I think we'll probably have, who's down there? Eberle. Marleau and Eberle. So right now, we just got to figure out who to scratch, and I think it's not going to be Gordon. It's probably going to be that other guy. I forget his name. We picked him up in free agency. Anyway, let's see if this works, because this would be really rad. Maybe we could get them to hold off on some salary, too. Maybe if this doesn't work, we'll get rid of the third-round pick, put a fifth-round pick in, and then have them hold back a ton of salary. So let's try this real quick. Rejected. They're fine with it, but okay. So let's get rid of the next year's pick because I don't know if that's super realistic. So let's put a fifth in here and let's try to get a ton of salary off here. I know it's just for this year, but this could free us up to potentially get another free agent or something. I don't know. Would they hold up? No, let's just do 2 million straight up. So they still have like $1 million in salary cap. So they'd hold off $2 million. We're paying $8 million, about 8.4 for Datsyuk, a third round pick and a fifth round pick. I think this is a really good trade. I feel like this would be something that a team that really needs to get to the Stanley Cup final would do. Plus, we're getting picks back. Yeah, we're trading away a first round pick, But if we go all the way to the final, this first round pick is going to be, what, 30th overall? And we're getting these picks back. We already have another first round pick. So I think this is a good trade. And basically at the end of the day, what is this? Cam Talbot for Datsuk and a 3rd and a 5th round pick. And maybe a Stanley Cup. We got to think about it that way. Actually, this is a little less. So I am going to add in, let's do a 4th from next year. Let's see if we can get that. That might be a little too much. Maybe we'll have to get like a 6 or something. I just want to take a bunch of their picks because they want to give everything away. So let's see if this will work. Edmonton Oilers first round pick for Datsuk, a 3rd, 5th, and next year's 4th for that pick. So let's see right here. Rejected. Oh, they don't want to keep that much salary. I mean, it's not a huge deal for us. So let's see if they'll take on 1 mil. 1.2 mil. They got to keep some of the salary. He's got a $10 million contract. Let's see if this works. Rejected. Not enough for us. We could take the 4th round off. Let's do $1 million and try it. And then if not, we'll take the 4th off. Okay. 4th, and we'll put a 6th on. I know this is taking a bit. Sorry, guys. I do want to get some picks back, though. We need to get a good... because we're basically taking on a contract for a first round pick, you know what I mean? So we got to get some picks out of it as well. So okay, they just don't want to hold back any salary, so that's okay. We'll could I do, like, I mean, I know I just want to feel like I won, so I want them to hold just a little bit. Yeah, they don't want to hold any salary. So okay, Datsuk's $10 million contract and these picks, let's see if it works. Accepted. Nice. Okay, so they didn't say it was like crazy. They didn't say that it was bad. They just said that it was good. So I think the thing was, even if they were only withholding $1, they just didn't want to withhold any money from that contract. They just wanted to unload the contract. That's why they're getting the first round pick. We got a 3rd round pick, a 5th round pick, and a 6th round pick for this year from them, plus a 90 overall second line center that we can use, who's actually listed as first line center. I also wanted to check out free agents real quick. Oh my gosh, look. Shattenkirk didn't sign anywhere. Are you kidding me, dude? You didn't sign anywhere because no one offered you money. Man. That's annoying. Neither did Hansel. Dang, we should have just signed one of these guys, like Hansel and Shattenkirk. We could have signed both of them for the amount that Datsuk's making. I should have checked that first. Dang. I'm almost thinking we should just sign Shattenkirk for the playoffs if we can unload some salary. We don't need to unload that much. I mean, okay, let me take a look real quick and I'll jump right back to you if it's possible. Okay, looking at it again, I've kind of re-examined it. It would be really cool to pick up a 90 overall top 2 defenseman. That would really help out. But we also have to think about our future right now, because if we go and get a 90 overall, yeah, it helps 5 of these guys, right? Because they get somebody. But then Clefbaum is kind of just waiting in the wings, scratched. And I don't really want to waste something like that. I also don't want to trade him away because we probably won't be able to keep Shattenkirk. And we were one of the best teams that kept the puck out of the net. You guys were saying it's almost unrealistic to go and look for a new goalie or a new defenseman, because we kept the puck out of the net, 3rd best in the NHL. We were always in the top 5 for keeping the puck out of the net, goals against. So I think we're okay. Yes, it would help. I'm not saying it wouldn't help, and that would be an amazing, amazing addition to this team, especially in the playoffs. But having to either send down someone with a 2-way contract or trade away someone with a $1 million+ contract and then having to scratch one of our defensemen, I don't think it would really benefit us. We can kind of look in the system too. So if we look here, we have, I think, yeah, Party. So Party can play if we get an injury as well. So that's one thing that does kind of bother me, that if we keep Party down here, he's the only other defensemen that could come up if there's an injury. So picking up another defenseman, especially a high overall one, would be really cool. It's just scary to me to have to scratch a player for the playoffs, especially when there's no guarantee there's going to be any injuries, but there's also no guarantee there isn't going to be any. So I don't know. Clefbaum is kind of the odd defenseman out because he's reached his top 6 potential. I don't know if he's going to get better. And if we could fill his spot with, like Nurse or something, even though Nurse, we could put Nurse, he's a top 4, but we could put Nurse on the power play or something like that. And then have Lindholm and Shattenkirk playing together. That would be really cool. I mean, we just don't have enough money for it. I don't think he'll even accept, he wouldn't even accept an offer from us because we don't have enough cap space. So I don't think that'll actually even work out. And we have one roster spot. And, yeah, I mean, even if we went to offer him one, we really couldn't. We couldn't because we're already at 78. So, yeah, we couldn't offer him anything. It says we have 5.8, but I don't think that takes into account Datsuk. So let's just go real quick. I will jump right back. Actually, let's do these morale meetings real quick, and then I'll go change the lines to what you guys are talking about, and then I will let you know what's going on. So can't say I'm too happy about getting. Yeah, but you're not going to be replaced, McDavid. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There we go. Positive effect, and then I'm glad the team joining the team. Welcome aboard. I think it'll leave the teams happy. No effect. That's okay. Anybody in the AHL want to talk? Nope. Nope. Come on. Back to NHL. There we are. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and edit these lines, and I will jump back to you in 1 second. See you in a second. Okay, we are back here with our new lines. Basically, Datsuk is in the center like we talked about with Marleau and Eberle, and then Perron is here on the third line. Now, I put Foligno at center instead of Glendening because Glendening is actually listed as a depth forward, so he won't get hurt on the fourth line, and he's actually a pretty good fourth liner. I wanted Dano to be at his natural position, so Glendening is the right wing playing left wing, but if that kind of, screws something up, we'll figure it out. But I think we've got a pretty deep forward line team. Datsuk is going to tear it up on the second line. And as for special teams, I feel like we could actually probably put Datsuk on the first line here and then put Draisaitl right here. Because I feel like actually that works better because Datsuk needs to get some time because he is actually a first liner. And we can kind of look around to see what would be better. He's got 74 face-off and 70. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have McDavid as center for the second line because they're already playing first line time. Marleau is a second liner, so everybody's getting some time up here. And how I counteracted Perron was I just put him on the first line penalty kill, so he should get a lot of minutes because he's on the first line penalty kill, so he should actually get a decent amount of minutes. I also put him on the first line extras, but don't worry, I just instead of having Patan here, I just put Eberle. So it's basically like we just put Perron to just get the most minutes when it's 4-on-4 or something like that, and everything else is the same. Goalies are the same, and we just have Ty McGinn scratched, which I think is fine. I mean, he's a fourth liner, but he was mostly just a physical grinder. That's okay. I mean, I'd rather have Glendening playing than McGinn. And McGinn is great for that depth scratch player, healthy scratch player that can come in if there's an injury. He's perfect for it, 82 overall. And that gives us a little bit of depth. I would like a... maybe we should pick up a depth defenseman to just have scratched. So let's just do that real quick. Actually, actually let me go to trade and just make sure we have enough contract space. 50 out of 50. Dang. So okay, never mind. We'll just bring Party up if we need somebody. Oh yeah, I forgot because we brought in Datsuk. I forgot we were at 49. So we could potentially. People were saying potentially trade away. What's his name? Calvin Jones, C. Jones, whatever his name was. Let's just look at him real quick. Apparently, he's like the most hated player in our entire organization for everybody else. So that's not good, and that kind of scares me. He's got some trade value. He is gonna get pretty good, but everybody says they hate him. So I don't know about that. Caleb Jones. He's got 3 more years, so maybe like. I don't know. I don't want to. He doesn't have locker room chemistry with anybody, though, but who knows? I'll just, I don't think we should ship him right away, even though that could help getting us in a depth defender for the playoffs. Yeah, I just think that maybe we should just keep him one more year, see what happens, because he does have a lot of potential, and if at the draft or something we want to ship him off, if you guys really want him to go, we'll let him go. But right now, he's one of our actually good defensive prospects other than our elites and stuff like that, that can come up and make a little bit of money. Because, we can't have 20 elites on the team. It's just like we can't pay that much money. So I think that was a pretty successful trade deadline. Not too many moves, but a pretty big trade where Datsuk comes to us. I don't think we need to make any more moves. You guys were saying hold off on adding a defender, hold off on adding a goalie. Let's just get a little more depth at forward, and we should be good. I think this team can make it to the finals. We are first in our division right now, and we added even more defensive forward depth. So we've got, I think the lowest player on our team is what, like 83 or 82. So that's pretty good for the forwards. So let's just start going. Let's just go. Let's see, first of all, if we get any trade offers, which we might. Okay. We get a loss right there, so that kind of sucks. So, okay, let's just keep going here. Man, it is kind of lagging today, isn't it? Anyway, okay, there's a win against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have decided to keep Steven Stamkos. I forget what I was doing, but I think we were going up here and just doing like 1 or 2 weeks at a time. I think we should also look into possibly picking up maybe another, I don't know, we need another really good forward prospect. We've got a young team. It's almost like drafting is kind of obsolete at this point. Okay, I'm liking this. 3 wins in a row already. There's 4 wins in a row, so that's been pretty good so far. It should stop me pretty soon to do a morale meeting. Okay, so Clendening has been injured. So, of course, right when I knew when I was talking about it and I was saying, an injury is not guaranteed, we would get an injury. So, actually, it's only for another week. So, I'm going to go in and edit lines manually. We're going to have to put in McGinn or whatever his name was. I'm just going to move everybody up one. Actually, we can put Reinhardt back up to the top. And then Nurse is left-handed, right? Yeah. These guys are both left-handed. So we got to put McGinn in, which is stupid. But this is why I just wanted to have a... that's why I wanted a defenseman to be scratched. So, you know what? We might have to just call up Party and have him stay up as a scratch defenseman. Because I don't... Especially this late in the season, we really need a decent core, and I don't think bringing up somebody who doesn't have waivers, who's a lower overall, because look, we got to go all the way down to Jones, which we could bring up Jonesy, but I don't think he's ready for it, and he's only 76 overall, so I think we got to bring up Party and just keep him up. We'll be over the salary cap with him, so that sucks. Shoot, I didn't think it says we have 5 million cap space though. I don't know why. That must be like glitched out or something. Okay, let me figure this out and we'll jump back to me. Okay, guys, this might be a bit of a gamble, especially late in the season, but I totally forgot that we were up at 78 million when the actual salary cap is 76 million. So they are not letting us bring anyone else up. Now, potentially, okay, this is what we could do. We could send down Glendening and then have McGinn play here. But Glendening has to go through waivers. And I really, really don't want someone to claim Glendening. I mean, in the long run, it probably wouldn't hurt us too much because he has 1 year remaining. We could always pick him up in free agency or something if he doesn't get signed. But just for a depth player, just to be able to play center, play defensively, his defensive awareness is up at 85. Like, he's got the boost going right now. I feel like he's like a perfect player where McGinn, let's go check McGinn out on defense, is at 83 and mostly just a physical player. I feel like even though it really would stunt us having him here for the next week, I feel like we should just do that. And yell at me in the comments, please. But I just don't know if sending Glendening down, even though he's a depth forward, I don't know if we should risk it. I don't think that that would be a good idea. And then bringing Party up and having Party just sit up here, you know, it's just a scary thing to do. And that's one of the risks with picking up someone like Datsuk and not being able to work around that salary. We win our first game with McGinn playing at defense. So that's pretty funny. Patan wants to talk. Okay, so locker room's doing really well. And not playing is never easy, but I am happy to be back in the lineup. Cool. Happy you're back. Play some games. Have some fun. Let's hold that team meeting. We're playing... oh, yeah. Okay, let's continue the streak. Cool. McDavid is happy, and McGinn's happy, too. Anybody in the AHL want to talk? Okay, we've done enough talking. Let's do some simulating. Oh, my gosh. It's just taken forever. We get a loss and lose the streak. So Clendening is ready to play. So let's go ahead and put him back in. That wasn't too bad. And McGinn is up at an 83, which is good. Man, I am just like... I'm disappointed in the fact that we had to use a forward here. Okay, so Clendening will keep on at the 6 here. Top 6, I mean. And you know what? No, let's just replace him real quick because I don't want him to play a lot of minutes because he'll get re-injured. Actually, I didn't look who's actually playing. Nurse is playing. Bailu is playing, so we should... Why is Bailu up there? Put Clefbaum in, I guess. Come on. Oh, my gosh. I hate how it just lags like that. Okay, we'll put him up here. Yeah, that's okay. We could put Reinhardt up here actually, but we'll have Clefbaum play some minutes, and we'll go up to this game, and this should be. It's gonna say it. It might say it. Oh no, let's go one more day then. See if Clendening is. Oh my God! I knew that was either gonna happen or he was gonna get better. This game sucks because you have to play them or they get upset. And if they play, they get re-injured. I don't get it. I don't get how we can do that. If you guys have found a loophole around that, please let me know. But it is absolutely maddening because they'll fall all the way to like 79 overall because they were scratched for one game. But if they're not scratched and they're playing, they're going to get re-injured. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, that is just the worst. Good thing it's only for like a week. Oh my gosh, but still, it would be better if it wasn't at all. And we're going to lose some games, some precious games we need to win. Caleb Jones, just replace player. Oh man. Moritz has been injured. Okay, guys, like, everyone wanted injuries back on, but this is just ridiculous. This is at the lowest setting. Injuries are crazy. This is so stupid. Man, that's so annoying. So the 6th is the day that Clendening is back. Seems like everyone's injured now. We're losing games. Ugh. Jeez. Let's just do forwards for the next couple weeks. Okay, Clendening is available. So we got to put him back in because he's just going to lose morale. Like, and they don't gain morale back. It's just like it takes forever. So I'm putting him in the top 6. You know what? Maybe I should just wait a day. Finish. Okay. Caleb Jones. I'll just continue. Yeah, sure. Go to morale. Okay. God, it takes so long. It's like once injuries are on all the way or however, they're at like the 1%. Like I thought turning them all the way down, they would still happen like infrequently. They're at like the one little notch up, and I've had 3 injuries in like 3 weeks. Ridiculous. I know hockey's a tough sport, but damn. Okay, Reinhardt wants to play more. I will totally consider more changes. We definitely need all our best players playing all the time. Okay, this guy wants to talk. He's doing well. Cool. God, I'm just flustered because of all these injuries. It like really puts a damper on the commentary. Okay, Clendeni's gonna be mad because he's not playing. Yep, I got it. Is he already saying something to me? Are you kidding me? Look at this. See the guys? Oh. EA, please, like you gotta I'm speechless. I am at a loss for words. Like, I don't want all my players who go and get injured to be down. What is he? He's down like 3 or 4 points. Every single stat is down. Is that really warranted? Like, just wait. Is he on the penalty kill? He is on this power play. So we can give him a little less minutes. And then we'll do this, but you know what? Actually, I'll put Lindholm in there. God, I hate this because I got to change the lines in front of all you guys, and it really sucks. I know I'm complaining so much, but God, EA, like this could be fixed so easily. It could be fixed so easily. Okay, this is the last one I'm changing. We're just putting Reinhardt in because he wants to actually play, I guess. So that's cool. He should be fine. Man, EA, come on. Let's go. Let's get to the end of the season. Jeez. You know what? Actually, I should probably go in and put Caleb Jones in so he can at least grow. So we get a win there. So I'm going to take one quick second and change the AHL lines. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back to the simulation, the last part of the season, right at the end of the episode. Let's get a win for the last win. There we go, the last game. 45, 31, and 6. There were a lot of preventable losses, I feel like. I feel like late in the season, we got some losses because the salary cap only let us use a certain amount of players. But we got a lot of wins. So let's go take a look at, actually, you know what? We were first in our division, so that's pretty good. Let's see who we are facing. We had a very weak division. Moritz is available. Let's just continue. Come on. Okay, the Minnesota Wild in the first round. This is a matchup that we could definitely win, I feel like. And I won't forget to do the team meeting that it said there. So let's look in the entire league. We didn't even get 100 points. So yeah, we definitely didn't win the President's Trophy. We were 7th in the league, but still first in our division. So that just shows how this division has kind of turned out. And we're getting better, but I feel like now that we're at full strength, especially if other teams are getting injuries and stuff like that, we can make it into the playoffs just fine. I don't want to look at too much more. I'll just quickly go through the stats. Goals for is almost up at 3, so that's awesome. Goals against per game has gone up slightly, but that's okay. We had a forward playing defense for 2 weeks. And power play percentage is good at 22. And penalty kill is pretty good at 84. Obviously, there's some teams better, but I think we're a serviceable team who really can do some work. I can also put Datsuk on the penalty kill, which I might do. I might put him on the 3-on-4, or the 3-man penalty kill. Okay, now let's look at the team wrap up here real quick and just see what has been going down point wise. Let's see what happened. 82 games, 82 points for Connor McDavid. That's awesome. It's almost like EA wants him to be a point a game player. He is a -2 though, which is okay, but for his defensive skill, I feel like that should be more around even. Now Draisaitl is up at 10, plus 10 with 74 points. That is a future great potential player. We wouldn't trade away McDavid, but if he was like, in the real world, I know stuff happens where players want to get shipped out. This is almost like we'd be fine with Draisaitl if McDavid was like, I need a trade, get me out of here, I don't want to be here. We'd be okay with Draisaitl if that happened, and we'd probably get a ton back for McDavid. So Hall pretty good with 65 points, could be a lot better. Datsuk also had 65 points, mostly with the Florida Panthers, but nonetheless, he helped out as a +1. Marleau is a +11 with 63 points. Patan had a great year, 62. He'll definitely be up in the upper 80s next year. Eberle is pretty good at 55. Obviously, I'd like a little bit better out of him, but he played on the second line for a lot of the year with that kind of hybrid second line. And his defense awareness is good, so I'm not too worried about that. He's almost a two-way forward to me. Perron, we moved him down to third line, 41 points. That's not bad for a third liner. I know he played most of the time on the second line. And you know what? I'll just go through the rest of these guys, just show you for the, actually we'll do forwards just so you guys can see all of them. Here's all the forwards. We'll just go through very quickly. Actually, McGinn had a pretty good year with 18 points. Gordon is a plus 6, only 40 penalty minutes. So really not a lot of penalty minutes on this squad. I mean, that's a good amount, but that's not too many for a grinder. Okay, so Lindholm led the way with 37 points. Could be a little bit better, but he's not a straight offensive-minded player. 32 assists, that is great. And Clendening, he didn't play as many games, but everybody did pretty decent. Reinhart really needs to step it up, though. At 88 overall, with only 3 points the whole season, he is definitely someone we may have to trade. He's a +5, though. His defensive awareness is great. And we'll see how he does in the playoffs. But he's still growing, so I'd like to hang on to him. But if we can find ourselves someone potentially better, I wouldn't be opposed to trade him away in the next couple of years. It's very strange that he's 88 and only has 3 points. That is extremely disappointing. I mean, imagine if he had even 15 points or 30 points or something like that. Imagine how many games we would have won instead. Have either gone to overtime and lost or just lost, and how many games we could have potentially put away earlier, put to rest. Either way, it's a little bit disappointing. So that is that. Actually, can I look at the playoff tree right now? I can look at it. So let's see what's going on the west side where we are. We are going to, I wish it showed the seeds of each team. That would actually be really cool. We're facing off against Minnesota down in the bottom corner there. It looks like Anaheim and Arizona from our division are facing off. So that'll be a good matchup. They played a lot against each other this year, most likely. Dallas and Colorado face each other. I don't think either of those teams really have too much in common or have any reason to be rivals. So whatever. St. Louis and Chicago, that is a good one. Guys, that Game 7 was so intense the other day. That was a great series, and this looks like it's going to be just as good of a series. That is a marquee matchup right there. And then over in the East, we've got Philly and Carolina. Decent matchup there, and Philly did make it in, so that first-round pick will probably be in the 20s. That's not bad, though. Ours was going to be that anyway, so that's okay. New York Islanders face it off against Pittsburgh, which is pretty good matchup. Ottawa against Buffalo, and then Caps at Bolts. So decent matches. I mean, there are some potential rivalries over in the East, but I feel like the obvious rivalry in the West is St. Louis and Chicago. So that's pretty cool. So that's decent wrap up here. Let's do this team meeting so we don't forget in the next episode. But guys, let me know if you want to know anything else season wrap up wise. And if I should do any certain thing. What should we do with Reinhart? What should should we put Datsuk on penalty kill? Should we take him off certain lines? Like, what should we do? How should we shift the lines? You guys wanted me to trade for Datsuk, and I agreed. And we got ourselves a vet that can come in and really make a splash here. So yeah, let me know what we should do. So thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you out on the ice.